Hello guys, I'm Joshua Dufurrena. I just want you guys to know that I do not have any idea if I would go to the future because I say that time travel needs to be possible and be worldwide and be invented in outer space, okay? You don't make time travel worldwide on Earth, you just have to make it worldwide in outer space. Cause me moving with my mom and dad last year never needed to happen, and my mom moving in with me and my mom and dad and my brother never needed to happen, but it had to happen anyway in October last year, which I did not like, and I am tired of it. And that's why I want to go back to June 4th, 2008, turning 10 years old to start my life all over again, alright? But keep in mind, too, that, time travel really does need to be possible, okay? No excuses, because I want to go back to, June 4th, 2008, turning 10 years old to start my life all over again, alright? And get, David Cross to be forced to star in Alvin and the Chipmunks The Road Trip in 2015. Okay, making it a fourth Alvin film so that his character Ian can help Jason Lee's character Dave propose to Kimberly's character Samantha, because Ian was originally going to be in the fourth one so he could help Dave propose to Samantha and get David Cross to reprise his role. David Cross, however, refused to star in the road trip of Alvin because his contract only stipulated for him to do 3 Alvin movies. So David Cross said he was contracted to do 3 of them instead of 4 Alvin films. He done 3 of them. I'm glad he did the third film. Even though he disliked the third Alvin film, he still appeared in it, which I'm happy about. So David Cross ended a contract with the third Alvin film he starred in. Okay? And also, the other house me and my mom and dad and my brother moved to in June 2010 through October 2020, which I can't say the address name because it's personal information. I moved there with my mom and dad and my brother in June 2010, but since I did not like moving away from that other house in October 2020, I just go back to June 4th, 2008, turning 10 years old, to get my mom and dad to live there from June 2008 to 2023 of December, okay? And the other house my mama lived at by Blue Angels, which her address is not to be named because it's personal information. She moved away from that other house in August 2012. And then she moved again in 2013 of June and in 2014 of June and once more in 2020 of October. And having my mama moving in with me and my mom and dad and my brother last year never needed to happen in October 2020. And I asked Jim C. Bailey back in 2011 of July if he could live to 120 when I went to go to Korea with him alone at the time, since he was born in 1933 on March 24th. His body said no in 2013 in March because Jim C. Bailey wanted to die at the age of 80. His body said no, and people are like, Joshua, can't you just find a new pop on the film for Jim C. Bailey? I'm like, okay, fine. But luckily, I got my wish in August 2016 by getting Mr. Harris, Mr. Knowles, and Mr. Caroline to be my new pawpaw at the time at Escambia High. And I asked Robert Lair if he can be my 3rd through 12th grade PE teacher in August 2008 through May 2018 at Blue Angels Elementary, Jim C. Bailey Middle School, and Escambia High School. Robert Lair said he agrees to right after I go back to June 4th, 2008, turning 10 years old, okay? And I asked Mr. Gregg if he can be my 6th through 8th grade teacher in August 2011 through 2014 of May at Jim C. Bailey Middle School right after I go back to June 4th, 2008, turning 10 years old. Mr. Gregg agreed to. and agrees to right after I go back to June 4th, 2008, turning 10 years old. Okay, so I will have Mr. Matt and Mr. Lonnie in August 2008 through 2011 of May. I will have Mr. Matt and Mr. Lonnie as my 3rd through 5th grade teacher in 2008 of August through 2011 of May and whatnot, okay? Just make sure that time travel becomes invented, okay? Because I do not have any idea if I go to the future, because I do not want to go to the future yet until I go back to June 4th, 2008, turning 10 years old, okay? So that way, my Papa Jimsy Bailey will not die and not have Mima move in with me and my mom and dad and my brother at all, okay? Just let me know what you guys think in the comments section. And the other house my Mima lived at near Blue Angels, which her address is not to be named because it's personal information. She will live at that house permanently right after I go back to June 4th, 2008, turning 10 years old, okay? Just let me know what you guys think, okay? And when I turn 10 years old on Wednesday, June 4th, 2008, I'll buy my very own phone and create my very own Flickr and Twitter account to post road signs and Walmart buildings, etc. on there. And then I will wait 3 years later of June 2011 to make videos. And I'll be like on June 4th, 2011 when I turn 13. Well, it's 3 years later. I turn 13 years old. Well, it's 3 years later, and I'm gonna make videos on YouTube and create my very own YouTube account, okay? Yeah. And, yeah, once time travel becomes invented, I will go to June 11th, 2008, writing Nickelodeon a letter to make sure that Drake and Josh begins filming on June 20th, 2008, all the way to July 3rd, 2011. No. I mean June 20th, 2008 through July 3rd, 2008. That's what I meant to say. Wrap up filming on July 3rd, 2008, right after filming Drake and Josh on June 20th, 2008. You know, get Drake Parker and Josh Nichols to appear with Mary Alice and her foster family, and Helen without Megan, Crazy Steve, and their mom and dad, and without Miss Hafer, and without a judge, parole officer, and police officers, and without a prison and a courthouse and whatnot, and not have month, date, and year mentioned and shown in it, okay? And sorry I said 2011, I meant 2008, July 3rd. I meant to say July 3rd, 2008, which I got it right, okay? And also, Merry Christmas, Drake and Josh will begin filming on July 6th, 2008, all the way to August the 9th, 2008, and whatnot. And then after August, I'll go to September 2008, writing Nickelodeon a letter to make sure that Nickelodeon begins production, making SpongeBob episode Whatever Happened to SpongeBob, so that it will feature Mr. Krabs, SpongeBob, Sandy, Gary, Jenny Wakeman from My Life's a Teenage Robot, and Smurfette from the Smurfs to appear in SpongeBob episode Whatever Happened to SpongeBob, air October 13th, 2008, and not feature Squidward and Patrick in it at all, because really I did not like Squidward laughing about SpongeBob leaving and whatnot. And then I'll go to July 2009, writing Nickelodeon a letter to make sure they begin making first 3 2010 SpongeBob episodes. A Pal for Gary to air on January 2nd, 2010 to feature SpongeBob, Sandy, Gary, Mr. Krabs, and Smurfette from the Smurfs, and Jenny Wakeman from My Life as a Teenage Robot, okay? and not feature Squidward and Patrick in a Pal for Gary episode. And then SpongeBob episode A Day Without Tears will air March 22nd, 2010. That will feature SpongeBob, Sandy, Gary, Mr. Krabs, and Smurf Fat from the Smurfs, and Jenny Wakeman from My Life's a Teenage Robot. So that Squidward and Patrick will not appear in it. So that Sandy and Smurfette and Jenny Wakeman will not get mad at SpongeBob for crying. So I want those three cartoon girls, those three characters that are girls, to help SpongeBob being cheered up, okay, and whatnot. And then I'll get Gary and Love episode to air April 2010, so that it will feature Squidward, Patrick, and Snally, Mary the Snail, and Gary the Snail. Alright, fine. Put Mr. Krabs in it, okay? So it will feature SpongeBob, Squidward, Patrick, Mr. Krabs, Sandy, Mary the Snail, Snally the Snail, Gary the Snail, and Sandy Cheeks in it. Especially put Jenny Wakeman from My Life's a Teenage Robot and Smart Fat from the Smurfs, okay? And then I'll go to October 2011, writing Nickelodeon a letter to make another season 8 episode titled Sandy's Vacation in Ruins, okay? Because really I did not want Sandy's Vacation in Ruins being a short, okay? Because we wanted it to be an episode, okay? And whatnot. I just want you people knowing that too, okay? Good luck inventing time travel right away. Good luck, okay? And also, after graduating at Skin Behind May 2018, I'll go to August 2018 through May 2020 to go to, I think I'm going to go Longleaf again for 2 years of trade school program. And not have COVID come here right after I go back to June 4th, 2008, turning 10 years old, okay? I just want to graduate Longleaf Trade School Program in May 2020, and then I go to PALS program at hold on. PALS program at CIGARS. I think I'll go to CIGARS for PALS program in August 2020 all the way to May 2021, right after I go back to June 4th, 2008, turning 10 years old. And then I'll go to June 2021, moving out when I turn 23 on Friday, June 4th, 2021 to turn 23 and whatnot. Guys, wish me luck time traveling, okay? I just want you guys to know that, okay? Just let me know what you guys think, alright? And tell me what you guys think of me wanting to go back to June 4th, 2008, turning 10 years old to start my life all over again. Okay? Because I do not have any idea if I would go to the future, because I want to go back to June 4th, 2008, turning 10 years old. Keep in mind, too, that my mom was born 1961 of October and whatnot. And keep in mind, too, that my dad was born 1964 of February. My mama was born 1943 of January. And my papa, Jim C. Bailey, was born 1933 on March 24th. And my brother born 1996 of September, which my brother's birth year needs to be changed to 1992, right after I go back to June 4th, 2008, turning 10 years old, okay? And get my brother to go back to his 2-year-old body in September 2008, and take my brother to the year 1994, having him turn 2 years old in September 1994, thinking he was born 1992 of September and whatnot. And, I just want you people understanding and realizing how terrible I feel about the future, because I was forced to move with my mom and dad and my brother last year, and I really did not like that, okay? But keep in mind, too, that, keep in mind, once I go to 2014, I'll write 20th Century Fox a letter to force David Cross to star in Alvin and the Chipmunks, The Road Trip, so that his character Ian can help Dave propose to Samantha, get Dave to marry Samantha, and with David Cross reprising his role in the film and whatnot. Since David Cross refused to star in The Road Trip in 2015, I'll just go back to June 2008 so that he can be forced to wait till 2015 to star in Alvin and the Chipmunks, The Road Trip, okay? Just let me know what you guys think. Bye.